All right, I'm super pumped for this. I am Bernadette Joy. I'm based here in Charlotte, North Carolina, soon to be Las Vegas. We're bringing the summit to Charlotte, which is the second biggest financial hub in the States after New York. One of the main reasons we decided to bring the event to Charlotte. So if you're someone who's looking to make partnerships with like larger entities, the banks, the credit unions, all that stuff, Charlotte is a great place to do that. If you want to build that, I highly recommend that you look into that as you build your time coming into the event. And this year, the theme for the Impact Summit is the power of I. And that was really inspired by the fact that I don't know about y'all, but I went to a lot of conferences last year and everything was about AI. And I got so tired of it. And we actually want to bring the humanity back into personal finance. Remember, personal finance is for people. And unlike other conferences, we're trying to make this event the most unconference conference that we can, meaning that this is not going to be about a bunch of speakers who are trying to sell you stuff or just platform themselves. We're vetting out all the speakers very thoroughly and making sure that every speaker there is someone who's coming to genuinely teach our community on how to build not only their brands, but build their businesses as well. So this is really structured more as a 3-day mastermind. We are capping out at 300 people max. So this is not going to be one of those events that you're like in thousands and thousands of people. Our goal is that you're going to have made at least really 10 really solid deep connections by the end of it, and not just, oh, nice to meet you, but probably have collaboration, have something planned with those 10 people. I have been a master at previous conferences where I've had to make my own magic. So for example, the last kind of conferences I went to, I've been able to get multiple press opportunities, like multiple TV segments, multiple podcast opportunities, people who have then brought me in for their own programs, all of that stuff. So my goal is for every person who's here that you're actually leaving with business getting done versus just connections. And that being said, we also have lots of fun stuff. So even though I'm going to talk about all the things that we're going to work on, Harlan is always keeping me on track to say, hey, we're also here to have fun. I'm like, yes, absolutely. What I'm just going to cover today is in the event guide, but I want to make sure that it's clear. And if you have feedback on where it's unclear, that helps us. Specifically, what I'm excited about the Plutus Summit this year is that the power of I, meaning the individual, each of us as individuals going out to these larger communities, we identified 6 I themes that we're going to cover over the course of the 3 days. And we're going to cover 2 each day. So again, highly intentional and making sure that you're not overwhelmed. I personally, aside from the fact that I'm an introvert, I just get overwhelmed with too many choices. And so what we decided to do is that everyone is going to be in the room together at the same time. So there's not going to be all these like different breakout sessions and you have to choose between 5, 6 different breakout sessions. We're going to curate the content such that every session is going to be valuable to every person in the room. So the 6 I's that we have are intention, insight, interconnectivity, impact, and then the 2 that are unique for us as personal finance folks is investing and income. So that being said, is that for each of these I's, and throughout the next couple of weeks, people will get more emails about what each I really means. The thought process behind this is that these are the 6 I's that uniquely create a successful, sustainable platform for a personal finance creator or thought leader. And aside from the I's that are going to go out through the day, we're also working on the 15th annual Plutus Award Ceremony, which is going to be super fun. This has been going on, like, obviously, like I said, for 15 years. And there's something special about something that has been going on for that long, especially in this age of fleeting TikTok kind of things. And so there's been many amazing past award winners for the Plutus Award Ceremony. And what we like about the award ceremony that I think Harlan can speak to more later is that this is not about just like VIP and like kind of just platforming the people who already have big platforms. This is the community coming together and celebrating what we've done together as a community and like cheering each other on. So this is not like a competitive kind of spirit. This is, hey, you've done a really good job this year. We want you to feel recognized, because how many of us have felt lonely in this space and feeling like people don't see what we're doing. We're also working on a bond night after party for the Plutus Award Ceremony, and then Plutus Voices, which is tied to the speaker mastermind, where this year we had a lot of creators and coaches and advisors specifically saying they want to get better at speaking, not just the semantics and the technicalities of speaking, but actually getting paid to speak. So I'm going to be personally running a mastermind the 2 months coming up to the Plutus Awards for people who are interested in becoming a viable paid speaker. I have made $1 million from my speaking business. And so I want to pass it forward to the generation of people who want to do this work. So that's that. In the guide, you'll see why you should come, more expectations. And again, just to reiterate, we're really focused on having practical workshops going on. And then what's going to be unique to this summit versus other places that you may have gone to a conference for, we're going to build time in the actual conference to do collaborations with folks, to actually sit down and mastermind with people. By the end of the event, you should have a clear written plan. This document that you're seeing right now is going to turn into the workbook for the event. So by the end of the event, you're going to take this workbook home and you're going to know exactly what you're supposed to be doing next with your business. So this is not like a come here and feel inspired and then go back and do the same rigmarole. This is come here, get work done in real time, and know exactly with clarity how your business is going to grow. And then some like quick logistical things in here. We are going to be based in Uptown Charlotte, and there's lots of choices for where to eat and where to stay and all of that. So that's one of the reasons we brought it to Charlotte. It's all within going to be like very easy to get to. Whereas sometimes we've gone to other conferences and you have to get like travel like 30 minutes to get to an after party. Everything is going to be within a 5-10 minute radius. All right. Here's what the mastermind schedule looks like at a glance. This is just the beginning of it. We're adding more speakers this week, but these are the people who have already committed. And so just some examples. On Wednesday, Andy Wren used to be the president of the AFC board. She has volunteered to lead a pre-conference for anyone who has a CFP or AFP designation. And even if you don't have one, you can still attend the event and just learn. She's going to actually be doing a book study of my book, Crush Your Money Goals. And for those who have credits, who need accreditation hours, they're going to get 8 hours worth of credit for 3 hours of work. So that's going to be specifically for people who are interested in reading the book and getting together in conversation and talking about how you will apply the principles of Crush Your Money Goals into your business and how you might coach or create content for people who are looking for not just financial literacy, but financial independence. Jason Vitug, who is a longtime standing member of Plutus community, he's someone I have admired for many years. He also happens to be Filipino, so that was fun. He's going to be leading our intention exercises. Aside from being an awesome personal finance guy, he is also a certified yoga instructor, and he has the opposite vibe of me, meaning he is way more chill and is going to make sure that we set the intentions for the rest of the event. May 7th, we're going to be doing workshops specifically around investing, and not just how to invest, but what messages are we sending out to our communities about investing in the context of the world that we live in today, right? Telling people, oh, just put money into the S&P 500, knowing that the S&P 500, for example, funds billionaires who may not or may not have the same values as you. What do you do? What messages are really sending? So two of the people that have already signed on are two of my personal mentors, Lynette Zhang and Janine Furpo. They have a combined experience of about 60 years in investing. Lynette is a longtime economist. If you go to her YouTube channel, you'll see exactly why I asked her to come. Not only is she incredibly knowledgeable, she is a fireball and who I aspire to be 20 years from now. And Janine Furpo is the co-founder of Invest for Better, and she is leading a movement specifically for women on how to not just invest, but invest according to your values. And both of them have agreed to mentor us that day. So they'll be leading those workshops. And then in the evening, we're going to have our interconnectivity around the bond night and the award ceremony. So that will be super fun. And then the last day is where we're going to focus on our business plan. And so I will be leading a session around how do you grow your impact without working more. AJ and I personally, we just retired this year. I'm 40 and AJ's 44. And so we're doing this work because we love it and we want to, not because we have to. And I get a lot of requests from other personal finance folks on how you can scale your business without having to run yourself into the ground. So we're going to do a workshop on that with a very clear plan at the end. And then we'll end the event with the Plutus Voices. Me, Harlan, and the other members will also be in that mastermind. And what we're going to do is a friendly competition. All of the folks in the mastermind are going to be working on a kind of flash TED Talk style talk that will be presented at the end of the summit. And we're going to have prizes and badges of honor for the folks who get voted the best talks after their hard work. So that is what we have going on for the event. And if you take a look at the workbook further, you'll see more specifics about each of the I's and more about how you can read about each of the leaders that we have so far. This is going to continue to get updated in real time. And now I will stop and open up for questions or comments.
First of all, Bernadette, thank you for all the thought that you've put into this, and just being able to work with you to design this has been great. I'm excited, of course, for the Plutus Awards again. We're lining up a great program that's going to be entertaining, and yeah, I can't wait to share more about that. So that's just more to look forward to in the coming weeks. Yeah, I encourage everyone to sign up and get your passes this week. And yeah, if you have any questions, just reach out to myself or to Bernadette, to anyone on the Plutus team.
Yay! Yay!